Hey guys, so today I want to make a quick little video here where I am just going to go over Galaxy S4 with Android 4.3, the Google edition here versus the latest iOS 7 Beta 4 on the iPhone 5. So, of course, I'm making separate reviews for separate apps, but in this is the overall look over here. So, of course, we can start off by going over the UI changes here in the latest iOS 7 Beta 4. One of them is that on the lock screen, it looks now a little bit clearer here with that arrow. The answer button is a little bit slightly changed here. Also, the dialer, the answer button, they should now have an answer button. The spotlight, when you want to search on your iPhone, have now a console button. And also HDR in the camera is now at the top over there instead of just being there at the bottom. So of course not a super big update, but the notification center here, they have a pretty nice update where you can swipe now in notification center to change between these different tabs, which is pretty awesome. Some other things that they've also updated is that the filters should be a little bit tweaked when you take an image or picture. You can see here, I'm not quite sure if you can see a difference, but they have these cool filters, already built-in filters. They probably noticed that a lot of people do enjoy Instagram, so a lot of people want to use those different filters, so they have a few incorporated a few various filters there inside of the latest Beta 4. Some AirPlay UI tweaks, a new stand have also been updated a little bit. The app Shuffle All Songs is back. Transparency overall in terms of the UI look and feel is back. So if we just check out the UI comparisons here, just made a browser video comparing these two phones and that. I also made a benchmark test video. If there's any more you want to see, please let me know about that. But I can definitely, I do want to do a camera comparison as well. Check out the camera and the images and the quality on all of that. But the main thing here still is that iOS is still, you don't have any widgets over here. Let's just create a folder on both these two devices and you will see a little bit how it works. So first, of course, we just need a few icons here. So of course with Android you do have the app drawer here with all of your apps, and then you have a widget page, and of course you can download more in the App Store. But basically what's the difference here is that in iOS 7, of course, still you do have all of your apps just being stacked over here, and yes, you can create folders, but you can't like hide everything in an app drawer or something. Which could be a little bit annoying with iOS 7. But if we just want to create a folder here and check out the differences, so you can just swipe over there to make quickly a folder. And you can see how tiny it is over here in Android. If you would create a folder over here, you basically do the same thing. You swipe on top, and you can see that you go inside of the app here, and that's basically how it looks here. You just do one simple tap. I would probably prefer the Android way because some way it feels like it's a little bit faster here with just one tap here to open up that. But that is how folders work on both devices. You can see here something that's pretty cool in Android 4.3, and that is that always when I change pages, they have a Google search there that's always located at the top. Even if you change pages down here, it's always there at the same page or in the same kind of location. So if you swipe down here as well, you can see that this is of course the notification center area on both these two devices. Apple likes to keep the calendar here first, and then they have the stocks, but you can of course remove that in the settings area. But then they have a page here when you swipe, you can see all the notifications and everything when you have stuff, and also missed calls and of course missed other things. Here they have a little bit more of a simplistic UI. You have some quick toggles here, so you can quickly enable and disable some stuff like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, etc. But here's the place where you will see all your stuff coming in. You can see it looks a little bit more awesome here on the iPhone 5 with iOS 7 because you can see through, so a little bit more transparent. So in terms of design way, it's a little bit more awesome, I think. Personally, most people will enjoy that. If you want to have some quick toggles here on the iPhone 5, of course, with iOS 7, you swipe up there and then you're going to get the control center, which has 5 basic toggles and this brightness slider, which is very, very nice. Some quick shortcut to some random apps that you can't decide for yourself. You can see her AirDrop as well. And then also, of course, when you play music, you can enable and disable this and change the volume and do all those things in that area. And of course, Control Center is also available here. When we are on the lock screen, you can swipe up like so. So if you try the same thing here, you can see that I can swipe down like this, and I have to do it like that. One thing that's pretty awesome here with Android is, of course, that you can have lock screen widgets. So you just quickly fire up the camera over here. And of course, the camera app here is pretty awesome in many ways. Okay, wait a second. Here it seems like it's having some focus problems, focus issues. Okay, there we go. But the UI is pretty cool here in Android when we want to change some things here in the camera app. But as I said, I'm probably going to do more of like an in-depth video checking out the camera UI and the camera apps and compare them against each other, how they are, how they look, how they behave, because there's just a ton of things that you can compare that. But what I want to show you here on the lock screen, of course, we can have more widgets here on the side. Mainly you can have like Google's own widgets, but you may be able to have more if you download more widgets. I'm pretty sure. Messaging though is pretty cool. You can have messaging here on the lock screen. So if we use close, you can see here that you can have like messaging over here, so you can immediately go to that place without having the need to unlock your device. Now, I think Apple has a similar feature that you will be able to see new incoming messages and stuff over here, so you don't have to unlock the device either. So works pretty much the same over there, which is pretty nice. Still no widgets over here, and some people may not use that many widgets, but if you definitely want to change the appearance of your device, make it a little bit more unique, definitely Android is pretty awesome there. Both these two phones also, of course, have a big, massive place where you can download apps. Of course, Apple with their own app store, and then of course Google with their own so-called Play Store that I have been checking out in other videos. See here, we can also check out the multitasking, but you can see here we do have, I mean, right now almost every single thing, every single big game is available on both platforms, both iOS and Android. But there's just many cool things here with in terms of the whole UI, how that quality feel that you do get in iOS, that you can see that it seems like they put down some more work into doing things that just looks good over here. So if you just go to an app page here and then go to an app page over here, you can see that they are pretty much the same over here. You can see usually a bunch of pictures here, but it seems like it's flowing a little bit better here in the iOS, and you have a cool review page here. Here you have to scroll down a little bit, but overall it looks a little bit more awesome here. Overall, most apps in the iOS world. The cool thing is that with iOS, that you do know that Apple will continuously support it and update all of the apps and everything, so you don't really have to worry too much about that. We can also check out the multitasking here. Oops. So the multitasking UI here, which is pretty bad on both Android 4.3 here, the Google edition, and also in iOS 7 beta 4, because they should definitely have a button so you can close all of the apps with just one tap. That is just as they have in the most Galaxy S4 that's being sold, because Samsung is releasing with TouchWiz. It's just overall a better thing that many times you just want to close down everything. But you have to swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe to close down apps. Now, of course, if you look at it in the browser way here, when you do get, or if you do install Android 4.3 on your Galaxy S4, you of course you just get the Chrome browser, not Samsung's own TouchWiz browser. And Samsung's own TouchWiz browser could be very good for the Galaxy S4 if you're going to use those smart features that you can scroll with your hand, you can hover across the screen and it will zoom in and do all those kind of crazy things. But if you don't want to use them, then of course it's not that important to have that browser. But also if you would like to One thing I do like with Samsung's own TouchWiz browser is that they do have a reading mode. So let's say you go into an article and you just want to read the text, you just tap on one button, and that's the same thing that Apple also have in their Safari browser basically. So if I would go to a page here, and I've been already making a browser comparison video, so I'm not going to do that again. But if you tap on this, you can see here at the top here, you just tap on this, and what it basically will do here is that it will just add all of the article text and all of the pictures here in a nice formatted way, so it's very, very easy to digest and read, which is pretty awesome. I can also maybe make separate video for Siri and check out the voice assistant a little bit more. I thought we can show one more thing here in this specific video. If you go to display, and let's see here, if you go to wallpaper on both these two devices, if you look at the stock wallpapers here, we do have two dynamic wallpapers, or two live wallpapers here in iOS 7, two like bubble effects. We also have a ton of bubble live wallpapers here in iOS or in Android. And of course in Android, I do know that it's very, very easy to add more live wallpapers. You just download from the Play Store. I'm not quite sure you can do that in the iOS world if you don't jailbreak the device. But of course, we don't know at the moment if we're gonna get a jailbreak, but it's probably gonna come and arrive. So as I said, I may do a gaming video, a Siri test video, or voice assistant video test, and may also check out the maps and compare that in different videos, and may also check out some built-in other apps. I do know a lot of people is interested in the like photo app, and also some other apps and some things that people usually don't go over that much in other videos. So just quickly a video, hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Yeah, peace out.